All right, I'm going to jump in here and do a little bit of commentating for this race to 3 in this Wednesday weekly 10-ball tournament hosted by John Kim, ran by John Kim. We've got Joe TOWNE and Phil SQUIRES. Pretty good matchup, pretty even. And Joe's got a pretty decent look at running out this, potentially running out this table. Just got to get from the 2 over to the 3. That's a touchy shot, but he gets there perfectly done. 4 balls a hanger. No real issues here. Just connect the dots. On this 4 ball, I think he's left himself so close to the rail that it makes sense to probably just go ahead and take the cue ball off this bottom rail, back up into this area for your 6 ball. Yeah, he overran that, so he's got an angle. I don't like this because now it brings the 8 ball into play. I know he didn't intend to do that, but he's going to have to avoid the 8 ball coming out of here. He does. Oh, that was nice. Maybe that wasn't as much angle as I thought, but it looked like the 8 ball was going to come into play. He hit it really nice. And not sure here, but this could be a break and run. I saw him hit the 1 ball in, but when I jumped in, so not sure if it was a dry break or if it was it's been a table run. Now, he did get on the wrong side of this 9 ball. This is going to be tough. He wanted to be really fairly straight on the 9 so he could just roll forward for the 10 in the top right corner. And yeah, this is tough. He's going to have to fade that side pocket if he wants to use top. I almost look at the bank shot here. Stun the cue ball forward, but he's going to try to draw around the table. Uh-oh. Oh, he got it really fortunate with that kick off the point. And now to close out the rack, you got to reset your gears here after that one. Yeah. That is tough to do, especially after that last narrow escape from a scratch, and does all the hard work just like we do in 10 ball. Do all the hard work and leave your opponent 1 ball to pocket to get the win and to go on the hill. Phil SQUIRES. And he fails to get it done. That's not going to do it. So the win will go to Joe. And a missed opportunity for Mr. SQUIRES. All right, so Phil SQUIRES to break, tie game, 1-1. Good break. Cue ball gets bounced around quite a bit and holds up. So the 1 ball down, he's shooting on the 2 next. That's very fortunate, being in the jaws of that pocket, that you didn't scratch and you have a look at the 2 ball. That's incredibly rare. But he does have the opportunity to back cut this 2. I like this shot because it's also a 2-way shot. You could end up with a safety but you got to watch the scratch as well. He did end up with a good safety out of it. And this is going to force Joe to kick at this 2-ball, I believe. Now, if he can see a piece of it, I do actually like coming down. If you can just narrowly hit a piece of this 2-ball, you can bring the cue ball straight back up into this area and find coverage. Yep, and he does that as a really well played shot. Very nicely done. I wasn't sure how big of a piece of that 2-ball he had, but he hit it absolutely perfect. Perfect speed. And a great kick shot, but no reward. He's going to be jumping for this 3-ball. So Phil with a really nice 2-rail kick on the 2, but the downside of kicking at that speed was that you were probably not going to have a shot at the 3 without your jump cue. He needed to hit that quite a bit firmer to get the cue ball out of traffic, and that would have shortened up the rail and made it a lot tougher. So here we go, going airborne, makes contact with 3. And opportunity for Joe. 3 does play in the side. It's just a matter of getting that cue ball around to part of the table that you want to be to catch the 4. You might be able to go 3 rails, try to avoid the 10 or come off the 10 to have shape on the 4. You know, you're coming into the 8. There was a lot of traffic there to come into. You had to avoid the 8 and probably couldn't have avoided the 10 coming 3 rails. You would have just bumped into it and probably been okay on the 4. But coming into the 8, there was no chance of having shape on the 4. And I don't like this kick shot here that he's looking at, because even if he makes it, he's not going to have anything on the 5. Yeah, you know what? That was probably the best thing he could have done. Just tied up some balls. You don't want to make that 4 and then have absolutely nothing on the 5 and then give him ball in hand. At least this way, Phil's forced to work through some problems. All right. So now very thin back cut on the 6. I think he's trying to play safe to get back behind the 7. Really good effort. Almost got there. That was a touchy shot. He's trying to send the 6-ball down into this part area here and have the cue ball somewhere in here behind the 7. It was really close, headed to the right direction, but unfortunately both balls stopped short of the mark, and that left Joe an opportunity. Not sure if the 9 plays. I think it does to the corners. I like that. Good follow through. Good job staying down on the stroke. More stun shot. Or roll. That works. He's probably going to draw this back off the rail and have the 10 in the side afterwards. Just got to make the 9 here. Yep. Easy peasy. And Joe TOWNE is on the hill. Just to announce, you guys are watching this at the Golden Fleece Billiards, table 15, down in the downstairs area. This is John Kim's Wednesday night 10-ball tournament. I believe it's a $15 entry, double elimination. Lots of fun, great players, great atmosphere. Head on down to Golden Fleece. Sundays and Wednesdays they do these tournaments. And it's a good time. Good food, good tables. And if you want to live stream your match, you can jump onto the table 2 or table 15 at Golden Fleece. Ask for the EvoSports tablet, and you can live stream your match. Oh, cue ball off the table, so he got a little something extra into that break. Great break. If he just keeps the cue ball on the table, it's got a great spread, but okay, so Phil was getting to work there, trying to get shape from that 2 to the 3, which was really the hardest part of that run out, was 2 to the 3 transition. Hitting the 2 too thin, got shape on the 3, but missed the 2. So really tough transition for Joe. I believe his only option here is to draw out of this thing. And you got to put a good stroke on this ball. Let's see what he's got. He's gearing up. Yeah, hard to make the shot when you're hitting it that hard with draw. It deflects quite a bit. He gets a jelly roll out of it. This is going to force Phil to kick at this ball. Yeah, those shots where you're really trying to get a lot of extra draw and those are the ones that you're most likely to miss, because there's a lot of deflection happening because you're not hitting the center of the cue ball. Got to account for that. So another draw shot opportunity. This time is a little easier. He should be able to, with this angle, he should be able to draw off this 2 up this line. You want to avoid the point of the side pocket so that you can head down to the 3. If he hits this point right here, he's doomed. Oh, he's drawing it the other way. He must have had a different angle than what I saw. So nice shot. Yeah, he was more straight on that shot, actually. That's now that I'm looking at it again. He didn't have an angle at all. Well played. And trying to close out the set. Advance in the bracket. He likes the 6 in the side. Great shot using the 9 ball to get better position. I like it. I like taking your medicine here on the 7. You actually want to have an angle on the 7, so actually 3 rails is better. So you can come into that 7 with a nice little angle to get you over to the 9. Now here, I don't like this as much because now you have to force a stroke. Holding it like that got you straighter on the 7, which means you're going to have to stroke it more to get shape on the 9. I would have preferred to have that cue ball out here for the 7. Have a nice little angle to get over to the 9, but Joe did a nice job of taking care of that. Drew it right back. He's going to stun over for the 10 in the same pocket. Oh, no good. And he gets another jelly roll. That's 2 in a row. So that's kind of sucks for Phil. I feel bad for him because the last 2 turns at the table was after a miss by Joe and being blocked by a ball. So giving up ball in hand, and he's going to give up the set. So that's it. Joe wins 3-1 on a couple of